If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi, and welcome back to the Courtside Financial Podcast, the podcast where we talk about business and technology. Today we've got two interesting topics that pertain to the EV industry in China. We're going to be talking about one of the chess moves that Tesla has pulled, and then we're going to also be talking about Li Auto's AI strategy and why they say that they're an AI company. So this is going to be a super interesting, super insightful video. If you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new or returning, hit the like button, click the notification bell icon, share the video, leave a comment down below. All your engagement really does help the channel to reach a broader audience and allow us to keep doing research so that we can keep sharing this good information with more people. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Let's kick things off with Tesla's latest strategic move in China. Now, while everybody in the US has been excited or has had some sort of opinion about the Cybertruck, Tesla's been having some challenges with the Cybertruck in the world's biggest auto market. Tesla just had to publicly deny rumors going around saying that they were going to be launching the Cybertruck in China on January 1st. My camera battery just died, but Tesla's actually been playing this fascinating game of regulatory chess in China. They filed for energy consumption measurements with the China Minister of Industry and Information Technology. They even got the automobile consumption label showing a range of 618 kilometers, and that categorized it as an M1 passenger car. But then, and this is where my somewhat of an analyst brain really perked up, they quickly pulled that filing that they got. Now let's talk about why this matters. Back in January, Tesla actually toured the Cybertruck in several Chinese cities. But here's the clever part. They deliberately positioned it as a crossover wagon, trying to downplay its pickup truck nature. Why would they do that? Well, this is where we need to dive into some of the dynamic. In China, pickup trucks are categorized as light vans, which come with a whole lot of restrictions. Let me give you some numbers now. In the first 11 months of 2023, China only sold 471,000 pickup trucks in total. That's a measly 1% year-over-year growth. The EV pickup segment, even smaller, just 10,500 units. Yes, that's a 58% year-over-year growth, but we're talking about tiny numbers here. Tiny numbers in a market that moves millions of vehicles. Elon Musk even acknowledged the challenge himself on X. He said, getting the Cybertruck approved in China would be very difficult. And I might be paraphrasing here. I don't remember exactly what he said, but that's what that was the meaning of what he said. Even so, he mentioned that they might one day ship display models over there. This really shows that how even a company as powerful as Tesla still has to navigate market regulations with caution. Now, let me tell you about some other interesting news. In other news, Li Auto's radical transformation really blew my mind. While Tesla is carefully playing the regulatory game, Li Auto might be making the boldest pivot in automotive history. Li Auto's CEO Li Zhang just dropped some bombshell news at their 2024 AI Talk event. He said Li Auto is not an automobile company, but an artificial intelligence company. Now I know what you're thinking. Another car company jumping on the AI bandwagon? Stick with me though, because this gets fascinating. Let's talk about the numbers. Li Auto is investing more than 10 billion yuan in R&D, with nearly half of that going into AI development. They're not just talking about autonomous driving, they're even going as far as to invent their own large language model, which they're calling Mind GPT. They started working on this in Q1 2023. And by the end of 2023, they had already integrated it into their vehicles with over-the-air 5.0. Here's where it gets interesting though. Li Auto isn't just trying to make smarter cars. They're positioning themselves to compete with large companies like ByteDance and other AI giants. They've already registered their AI model, Mind GPT, with the National Interim Measures for the Management of Generative Artificial Intelligence Services. That's a big deal. They're the first automaker to do this. Let me break down their AI strategy for you. They're working on 3 major areas, with the first one being a base language model, Mind GPT. Second is end-to-end autonomous driving. And third is VLM, something they call VLM, Vision Language Model. Their goal to be among China's top 3 AI companies by 2030. Not top 3 automotive companies, top 3 AI companies. That takes the word ambition to a whole new level. But here's where Li Auto's vision really gets kind of crazy. Li Zhang's talking about creating what he calls silicone-based family members. Not just autonomous cars, but AI personnel that can ultimately organize and manage your family life. They're explicitly not interested in the robo-taxi market that companies like Tesla are pursuing. Rather, they're betting on a future where cars become AI mobile homes. Now let's talk about the challenges. Li Auto's cloud computing costs are already at 1 billion yuan, and Li Zhang estimates that they might need to up to 1 billion yuan annually just for AI development. That's a massive investment for a company that's had to revise their sales targets down multiple times this year, from 800,000 to 500,000 vehicles. Their technical approach is fascinating as well. Like Tesla, they're going for an end-to-end model for autonomous driving, but with a twist. They're keeping the LiDAR. Li Zhang had an interesting quote about this, which we talked about yesterday. He said, if Musk decided to drive on Chinese roads late at night, he would start using LiDAR again. Paraphrasing again, but that's what he said. That's a subtle dig at Tesla's camera-only approach, while also acknowledging market-specific realities. What's particularly interesting is their intelligent driving framework. They're using a single model for both perception and decision-making, which is pretty radical. Li Zhang argues that this is more how humans work. We don't separate perception from decision-making in our brain. Their timeline for advancement is ambitious. They're aiming to launch a product without a steering wheel within 3 years. That's full level 4 autonomy. But they see it as just a stepping stone to reach their ultimate goal of creating true general artificial intelligence. What makes things even more interesting here is the timing. Li Auto started developing their own intelligent driving system much later than their competitors. They only began in 2021. Even so, they've managed to catch up remarkably quick, because by the second half of 2023, over 50% of their deliveries included their advanced AD Max system, up from just 20% in February. So what does all this mean for the broader market? We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it. I think we're witnessing a fascinating divergence in how companies view the future of transportation. Tesla's taking this measured market-by-market approach with the Cybertruck, carefully considering the regulatory environment. Meanwhile, Li Auto's taking this massive bet that the future of cars isn't just about better cars, but rather about fundamentally transforming the idea of what a car is. The really fascinating thing is that both approaches could be valid. Tesla's careful market expansion could pay off in maintaining their global leadership, where Li Auto's AI bet could pay off in a future where the lines between cars and AI continue to get blurred. What I find most compelling is how all this reflects the broader evolution of the automotive industry. We're moving from a world where cars were primarily about mechanical engineering to one where they're becoming platforms for artificial intelligence. It's not just about going from point A to point B anymore. It's about creating intelligent spaces that integrate into our lives in ways that we're only beginning to imagine. That's exactly what makes the industry so fascinating. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, companies begin to throw curveballs at you, making you completely rethink what the future could look like. Anyways, that's all for today's episode of Courtside Financial. I hope you guys found this episode entertaining, insightful, useful. If you found it any of those things, make sure to click the subscribe button if you're new, hit the like button if you're new or returning, notification bell icon, leave a comment down below, share the video. Feel free to join the free Courtside Financial Discord if you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Obi signing off of the Courtside Financial Podcast.